I really wish somebody on the set would have had size 13 boots, because
Wow.
I would love to. I would love to buy them and sport them around myself, even though there's somebody else's foot in them.
I don't know if you can get them or if they were specially made for the show.
Well, from what I understand, they went back to the original manufacturer and they were specially made.
Really?
So I'm pretty sure that you guys are holding on to one of a kind items.
Because I do know that. I think I'm right in saying that the first batch of shirts that came there was something wrong with them. I don't know what it was, a thread count or something, but they weren't like the original shirts. They weren't. They didn't match, and so they just got sent back, and they was like, no, sorry, they're not. And if it was any other TV show, they would have gone, well, yeah, but they're the right color and they're the right cut and they've got the right number of buttons, so it's fine, isn't it? Mm-mm. And most producers probably would have gone, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, close enough.
Close enough. But no, not for this. Not for. I don't know who's. I guess it was Joe Hobbs probably. Probably he took one look and said, nope, sorry, not good enough. He's the man to speak to, by the way. If there's anyone has a pair of size 13 Corcoran boots in a box somewhere, Joe Hobbs is your man.
There you have it.
All right.
Joe Hobbs.
Jenny Lehman from Minnesota wants to know, did you find it difficult to master the Philly accent?
Holla!
The Philly accent is a unique and challenging accent. I was lucky enough. No, we were all lucky enough. But I was particularly lucky enough in that not only did we have fantastic voice coaches, but also I had Babe. Yeah. So that was kind of the best. That was an advantage I had over several of the guys. And I had video of Babe, footage of Babe. I had cassettes, audio cassettes, and so I could listen to that, as often as I wanted and did. And it's funny because it's I guess kind of like you guys listening to Scots, you won't really hear different Scots accents. You hear, oh, that guy's Scottish or Irish even, and for a lot of Europeans, there are some very distinct American accents. And then once you get into kind of trying to discern between regional accents, or state, interstate accents, then it's we just don't have the ear, we don't have the background to, we've not grown up hearing them, so it's very difficult. The difference. I've got a good friend, and he can kind of discern. He's American. He's from, where is he from? I think he's from Maine, maybe. We were talking one day about New York, and then we were talking about New Jersey, and I just assumed they were the same accent, but no, he was able to point out the differences between the New York accent and New Jersey accent, and I was like, oh, and once he pointed them out, I thought, oh yeah, I guess you're kind of right there.
Now, joining us, and has been for a while, Ross Owen's hanging out here with us on the phone call, the producer of Band of Brothers, Where Are They Now?, which brings us all of these fantastic interviews. Ross, how are you?
Hi there, I'm here. I'm sorry, I had the mute button on so that you couldn't hear me coughing in the background. Robin, how you doing?
Not bad at all. How are you, mate?
I'm absolutely brilliant, sitting here with my bottle of Iron Brew, enjoying the show.
Now, I saw that earlier, Ross, you brought up the Iron Brew. Now, why is this important to Robin? Robin, are you like a spokesman for Iron Brew?
I wouldn't put myself forward as a spokesman or an advocate for Iron Brew, but it's something I've drunk a lot of in my lifetime. I don't know if you get it in America anymore.
No, we don't. It's unfortunate.
You used to get it when I was working in New York. I mentioned earlier, 2002, 2003. I remember walking up 8th Avenue from Greenwich Village with a shrink wrapped crate, of Iron Brew for just before Christmas, thinking, Ross will understand this, that I'm going to need some Iron Brew over the next couple of weeks, Christmas and New Year. But I believe the USDA took a dislike to Iron Brew, so you don't get it anymore.
Now, does it have herbs and stuff in it to make you awake or sleepy or drunk?
No, it has iron in it. It actually has iron in it. It has the very, very last ingredient in the ingredients list is ammonium ferric citrate. And the important word there, I think, is ferric.
Right.
That's the iron. It has iron in it. I don't know. I mean, Coca-Cola is the biggest selling soft drink in every country in the world.
Right.
And one year, there was one country in the world where Coca-Cola wasn't the top-selling soft drink, and it was Scotland, and the top-selling soft drink was Iron Brew. And the year after that, the USDA decided to ban imports of Iron Brew to America because of the toxicity levels of the colourings.
You know what's funny? You've got Band of Brothers spokesman for Pepsi, Dick Spate, and now we have a Band of Brothers spokesman for Iron Brew and Robin Laing. Thanks for that, Robin.
I will spread the word, Ross. I will spread the word gladly. I just feel sorry for all those people with hangovers in America because they will not feel the healing properties of Iron Brew.
Exactly.
Yeah, Iron Brew is a great healer for a hangover. It's a man's drink.
It really is, and it's you know, you tell people that and they go, yeah, and I it doesn't matter, and they never fail. You know, especially English friends. They go, yeah, and then they'll call you a couple of days later and go, you know what? I had a really bad hangover, and I went out and got some Iron Brew, and I don't know what it was, but I really felt better. You know, and I don't know what it is, but it makes a hell of a difference.
I live in Cumbernauld now, and the Iron Brew factory is here. I had a tour around it just last year with my son, and it's literally just around the corner from me. So, yeah.
Now wait. The Iron Brew factory's in your hometown?
Yes, where I live. Yeah, I'm in Cumbernauld, and it's in Cumbernauld.
Oh,
it's
well, I don't want anything to do with it then. It sounds to me like it's polluted.
I'll send some over with some buckfast for you, Nightmare. But getting back to Band of Brothers, Robin, can you still do your Philly accent? I mean, can you remember any of your lines from the show?
Can I remember any lines from the show? You know what? I'm rehearsing a play just now, and I'm having enough trouble learning the lines that I was saying this afternoon. But the Philadelphian, the yo is something that will always stay with me. It's long and it's long and it's round and it's loud. But the actual accent, that's an interesting question, Ross. I feel like you're leading me somewhere.
No, just curious. A lot of the girls in the chat room are this is one of the things they love to hear the guys in character. It does something to them. They all go crazy and wild. So, but listen, we're not going to put you on the spot. Just wondering if it's something you can just jump straight into, or does it take a bit of?
It's not something
you have to run into it.
I don't know if it's something I can jump straight into. I wouldn't want to do it in case I got it wrong, and then it would sound. You know, whenever I speak to Babe on if I were to speak to Babe on the phone, I find myself doing it inadvertently, which always feels a bit cheeky because I feel like I'm sort of, impersonating him. But it's, it's not something I've had to do for a long time.
Now, one of the girls in the chat room just noticed something that I totally agree with. As soon as Ross showed up, both of your accents got thick.
It's funny because as soon as I said, "Hi Ross, how you doing, mate?" I was almost going to say, "Things may get slightly unintelligible for." I remember, living in London, or even I remember doing Band of Brothers and getting a phone call at lunchtime. And Ross, you'll probably appreciate this slightly more than Nightmare and Jenna, but getting a call from a good friend of mine in Dundee, and without even realising, I sort of reverted into my sort of Dundonian twang, and I got off the phone, and there were 3 or 4 of the American guys, like they'd stopped eating their lunch, and they were just staring at me, like wide-eyed, and I looked at I sort of looked at them, and then I looked at myself. I thought I'd spilled food down my front or something else. I said, "What?" And all 3 of them were just like, "What was that? What were you saying, man? what happened? What was that? You know.
It sounds like something primal, doesn't it? When you do
Yes, it's language, Jim, just not as we know it.